1, 2. Hopefully you can all hear me from where you're sat or stood, everyone at home. Or at work if you're feeling brave. Now welcome to Flamingo Land Sea Lion Show. We are focusing the majority of the show on Merlin here. Merlin is our third oldest sea lion that we have here at the display. He's very friendly. He likes to give you guys a nice big wave. Hopefully you'll wave back at him. Are you ready, Merl? Can they have a wave? Beautiful. Now one more thing that is very important that you all do from where you're watching is encourage Merlin as he's doing his activities throughout the show. So give him a nice big clap when he does something well. The sea lions love to hear that encouragement from our audiences. Obviously the staff can use vocal praise to reward them, so we'll say well done, good boy, but the audience again will always get involved when they're normally here. And of course we use pieces of fish as well to reward them. And that type of praise is called positive reinforcement, rewarding good behaviour. And that's how we train all of the animals here at the zoo. So what we're going to start off with Merlin, first of all, is some of the basics really when it comes to training sea lions. We start off by teaching them to follow a target, and it's the first thing we teach them when they join us here. Basically, the first thing they need to do related to the activity is to just touch the point with their nose. So we'll give you a quick demonstration. Touch. Beautiful. He's not very good at staying still on the target, I will be honest with you all. And he's quite impatient. He likes to push it around when he wants it to move about. But the idea is he stays nice and still near it, and nice and gentle and not force it around, just following it when he needs to. So we'll see if we can move on to getting him to follow it a bit. You'll see here, he does move his head a lot. And what I've figured out recently is that when he is actually putting his head upright like this, related to the target, good boy, is that it's almost, he's associating it with balancing an object on his nose. So he's putting his whiskers up, which then means that he's finding it difficult to get his actual nose on the target spot because his whiskers are in the way. So I believe that's what's going on there. So what I've started doing is actually rewarding him and bridging, so that's when you make it clear to the sea lion, you give them a signal that they've done something right. Bridging when his whiskers are down whilst he's touching it. So he starts to understand that he doesn't need them up when this target is out. We'll do it just once more. There we go, and that was a perfect touch on the target there. So we can then progress with the activity. Once they fully understand that they've got to follow the target around, again nice and gently, being nice and patient with it. It is a bit of a slow activity really, and they are quite demanding and very excitable animals. But once they're following it like that, it obviously is very helpful to get them to go into different environments. If you're training them to go in a pen, a transport unit, if you need to do activities with a vet, target's a very, very useful piece of training. So, mentioning the vet, we'll get Merlin to actually lay down now. So a bit of a health check. Good boy. So the target quite simply goes on the ground and it allows us to check the sea lions all over. As you can see here, Merlin's not nervous, he's not stressed. The vet could look at him just the same way. He'd stay nice and still. Now that was a perfect demonstration to you, Merlin, so do give yourself a round of applause for that. Well done. What we'll do next, and he's already sort of shown you a sneak preview of this, is his front flipper stand. Some of you may have already seen our other live sea lion show that we did for Flamingo Land past and present group. We did that just with Marvin. Now Marvin can't actually do a front flipper stand, so I thought that it would be nice to show you some activities that Merlin can do that Marvin can't. Yes, that's lovely. Give yourself a clap. So let's see a front flipper stand, putting all of his body weight just onto his two front flippers. Hey, you held that very well indeed. Should we see that again? Play those toes. Well done. Now the reason that we show you the activity is to explain about their muscles in the chest area. They're obviously very strong in that part of their body. He's just shown you that. And also flexibility of their spine. They do need to be very flexible when they're chasing prey in the wild, getting around obstructions, and even when they're trying to get away from predators, of course. So, what we'll do next is a bit of hoop catching. So back to something that Marvin can do, but obviously we want Merlin to have a turn too. So the idea is he has to catch, back on your stand first, he has to catch each one of the 5 hoops over his lovely long flexible neck. Now, sea lions can pretty much strike out their neck in any direction they want to. They can easily contract it when needed and expand it. Now, the final one, I'm going to add a flick to it. Let's see if he can catch it. I'll give him a cheer if he does. Ready, Merl? Way! Very well done. That was a brilliant save from you, Merlin. Now, seeing as he's done so well with that, we're going to make it more difficult. This time, I'm going to actually throw the hoops into the pool. So it's the retriever. He's got to get all 5 of them and bring them back out of the water. So the camera may pan towards him to give you an opportunity to see this, because I am putting the hoops quite scattered randomly, really, around the pool. Has he got all 5? It's hard for me to tell. Yeah, but we've got all 5 there. Very well done for you, Merlin. And he's still lovely and gentle when we do take the hoops off his neck and he stays very still. Well done to you. Very good boy. Right, what we'll try next is a bit of balancing. Now, Marvin is famous for balancing an object on his nose. In fact, this basketball feels a bit flat. Let's try a different one. And if you know the sea lions here at the show, which I know we'll have some of our regular super fans watching from home, you'll know that Clive has never managed to balance an object yet. Merlin's pretty good at balancing now. So first of all, we'll start off nice and simple. Catching it from a distance. We used to just put it on his nose when he was a youngster. Ready, Merl? Catch that. A lovely save there. Now, it always is a shaky start with him. Hopefully, he'll gain better control of the ball in a few moments' time. What he's doing, though, is using his whiskers. They are very sensitive to movement and vibration. So every time the ball tries to roll off his nose, he feels it on his whiskers and adjusts his head. It's that simple, to stop the ball from falling. To make it very clear, they don't use their whiskers to hold the ball there or move the actual ball about. They're not strong enough to do that. They're just feeling that movement. And I would imagine there's no way that you can probably see the whiskers from where you're viewing this, but there are about 60 of them dotted around their nose. Helps them catch fish if the water's murky. If they can't see the food, they can actually pick up the motion that a fish's tail makes as the pattern of water's following behind the fish, which is called a wake, basically. Now, he's held that there for a very long time. Very well done to you, Merlin. And a lovely clap there as well. So, making things more complicated once again. I'm going to throw the ball into the water. Let's see if he can retrieve it. It requires a lot more concentration. He is very zigzag with his swimming with this. So he's supposed to be coming back over here. But whatever pattern he needs to take in the water to get back up onto the stand, that is totally fine. Very well done to you, Merlin. Good boy. In fact, before I put the basketball away, this is something that Marvin can't do, so we must show you this. Merlin can do a front flipper stand with the basketball on his nose. He's the only sea lion here at the show that can do this now. So let's give it a try. To be honest, I've been rehearsing for this show that we're doing for you all. I haven't actually practiced this one in quite some time, so we'll see how it goes. Ready, Merl? So first of all, catch that. Good boy. Now let's see if you can point your toes as high as you can. At the same time, go on, you can do it. Good boy. That was beautiful. One more. Fantastic, Merlin. I'll have that back. Thank you very much. Well done to you. So, really putting his balancing skills to the test there. What we're going to try now is a different object. So, Merlin's going to actually start in the water with this particular activity. It's the American football, if you can't see what the object is from home. I'm going to put it on his nose, vertically, which I find it really difficult to actually put it on his nose like this, but we'll see. He manages normally to keep it like that the whole time. Now, I'll be impressed if he keeps it there, because it hasn't really gone on the, the best point on his nose. That is incredibly impressive. It's almost just sat on one nostril there. Merlin, that was brilliant. Very well done to you. What a good boy. Good boy. So, we'll try his backwards somersault now, another thing that Marvin can't do. So So if you come down and wait just there, good boy. Stay over there. What he's going to do is go head over tail above the water, somewhere roughly in the centre of the pool. Don't blink. Ready? Go as high as you can. Wow, what a fantastic jump. Now we normally do ask our audiences if they'd like to see that activity again. I'll assume that you've shouted back, yes, and we'll give it another try. Stay there, Merl. Good boy. You wait there. Stay in your starting position. Ready? Go as high as you can. Wow. Really putting that flexibility to the test now. He's done very well with both of those. I'm quite impressed. So, we are coming towards the end of his show. He's already clapping because he knows that he's done very well out here. We'll show you two more activities. We're going to show you, first of all, differences between seals and sea lions. Now, one difference is their ears. A lot of people get confused between the two. Me and Merlin can help you tell them apart. So, sea lions have external ear flaps on the side of their head. I understand you probably can't see them from where you are, but there is an external ear flap there. Whereas a seal has an ear hole, usually covered with fur. Their front flippers are different, so the size of them. Sea lions, like Merlin here, have a front flipper about the size of my arm. They're very strong, very powerful in the water. Whereas a seal, their front flippers are about the size of my hand. So there is quite a big difference there. Now this leads us to the third difference. It's the way that they move. We'll show you on land. So, a sea lion, you've seen Merlin moving around very easily. Well, a seal, they move very differently indeed, just like this. Wriggling along on their belly, much like a giant caterpillar. Sliding along basically, because obviously it's a very heavy body they've got, and then quite small flippers, so they won't be able to support their weight. But certainly not easily anyway. Now he did very well with that, very well indeed. You have been a little star, haven't you? Can we see your impression of a star? Good boy. So, we're going to do the high ball jump as his grand finale. So, you may be able to see the pink ball from where you are. The idea is quite simply that Merlin has to hit that ball with his nose. Now, he has been a bit out of practice with this, but we did do some rehearsing this morning. And he managed to hit it quite easily, so we've raised it up. So we'll have to see whether he can manage to hit it at this height, because he's not practiced this height just yet. So Merlin, if you come down here with me, can we have you over here now? That's it, you come over here. Good boy. We'll give him a run up. Are you ready, Merl? Count with me, everyone. 3, 2, 1. He's already off. Fantastic. A lovely big jump there. We obviously need to work on that countdown, but we'll do some practicing with that after the show. I'm just very pleased that he has managed to hit that ball. Now, unfortunately, we have come to the end of his part in the show. So he's going to give you all a wave goodbye. I'm sure that you'll all be giving him a round of applause. And he's going to head into the backstage pool. So in a moment, we can show you a few surprises that we've got for you all. And a couple of things that I would like to mention related to the sea lions, and of course our shows. So first of all, we had the competition with Attractions Near Me that was running, and the winner was picked this morning at random. So what our camera person is going to do is pan over to our winner to give you a little bit of a surprise.
3, 2, 1.
Now, congratulations, Karen Stokes. You have won the competition, which entitles you to a sea lion feed and also taking some photographs and a very VIP moment for you here with our animals. So, a very congratulations to all of you. Now, I also have another mention. Alice Rose, I believe that you are turning 17 today. So, a very happy birthday to you. You may have noticed that we've got Clive here. Clive, you could just wait there. from him. It looks like he wants to get on his stand. I wasn't going to ask him to do that, but if he wants to get up there, that's certainly fine. Good boy, well done to you. So Clive, of course, is our oldest sea lion that we have here at the show now. He turns 27 this year, making him a very old boy indeed. You don't like me mentioning your age too much, do you, Clive? No. And again, we haven't asked him to get on his stand and be involved in any show activities for quite some time now. He's retired, so if he wants to come out and do things and he chooses to get on his stand, that's fine. My plan was to just have him here before he popped into the pool so you could all just see him. So it's quite interesting to see that by choice he's just gone and got up there. It's obviously because I've got the microphone on. Now, he'll give you all a wave, of course. Good boy. It's a bit more of a belly slap from him, but you get the idea. Now, of course, I said we're not going to ask him to do anything, so I'm not going to ask him to do too much at all. He is a bit of a mischief, and you will notice that he's got a bump on his head. There's a little crest there. The males of this species of sea lion develop that crest around the age of 11 to 12, and it apparently means they're very attractive to the female sea lions. Yeah, but you're absolutely gorgeous, aren't you, Clivey? Now, I do know that we had a customer that was requesting a video of Clive doing what we call a behaviour called when he's embarrassed, when he's covering his flippers over his face. So it's quite interesting to see that he's actually managed to do that. Now that he's gone for a swim off, that's totally fine. Our camera person will be panning towards him, so you can just see him having a little dip in the pool. And what I will do, of course, is throw him some more mackerel in there, because totally didn't expect him to actually come up and get involved in the show there. So hopefully you can see him grabbing onto those of his favourite fish. I'll bring him nice and close. Now, before we do go, what I will mention is that we do have an actual page for the Bird and Sea Lion show here at Flamingo Land now. So if you are interested in our animals, you can actually go onto that, like it, follow it, share it. There's lots of different videos that you probably haven't seen before if you don't have the page already. And we are raising funds currently for our company. We're a separate company to Flamingo Land. It's actually our sea lions and our birds that we provide the shows with, and our staff as well. So if you do want to contribute and provide any donations, there is actually a fundraising page, a Facebook one, called Virtual Services from the Bird and Sea Lion Show. Basically, people that have been donating, we're doing thank you videos, birthday shout outs, anything like that. If it's something you're interested, go and take a look at that page. But for myself, all of our lovely sea lions, thank you very much. How did that went?